All right, so if it's dark outside and it's almost 8 o'clock, it means I've stayed 2 hours after close to get one finished up. And I took in a really, really nice trade-in. One of my favorite, absolute favorite third row SUVs. If anybody asks me, I will immediately suggest one of them to them. So much to the point that my uncle just bought a 2023 with like 30,000 miles of the same vehicle because I suggested. These things are nice. I was a manager at one of these stores, and these things do extremely well. They're known for being reliable. They're very comfortable. They're a lot of fun to drive. And we're going to take this one home tonight. So let me show you what we got, and then let me get all my stuff set up. We're going to have to stop at the gas station. Tell sign of this guy was ready to trade. I've got 19 miles to empty on this car. So we're going to make a little pit stop at the gas station, but let me show it to you. Let's take a look. And here it is. Of course, it's a Mazda. So this is the big boy. This is the Mazda CX-9. This one is a 2019. It's going to be a touring, or I guess it's going to be a Grand Touring. It actually, I ain't quite figured out if it's a Touring Plus or a Grand Touring. I'm pretty sure from the wheels it's a Touring Plus. But 97,000 miles, has third row seat, second row bench, so this one will actually seat 7 people. So this is 7 passenger, and I think the styling is absolutely sexy. I think these things look amazing. This one is no exception. It's been well taken care of, it's been well maintained, and it's ready for me to take home. You know, the pearl white is gorgeous. It's got the lighter color leather interior. It's got brand new brakes. I know it's a little dark, but brand new brakes. The tires are brand hammer new. It just had new plugs, just had a coolant flush. I think it even has a brand new battery. So let's take a look on the inside. It might be a little dark. We'll see how this turns out. So let me get this inside opened up. Tan leather interior, so you do have your lane departure. You've got a nice power lift gate. Open that up. Like I said, the inside of this thing is in great shape. It's gonna need just a little bit of a detail, but absolutely one of my favorite SUVs to drive. 97, 846 for the miles, no warning lights. This thing should drive exceptional. So it does have adaptive cruise control as well. You've got, let me get up here to the home. So I do believe this has Apple CarPlay as well. I think somebody's paid, I think in 19 you actually had to pay extra money to get the Apple CarPlay. Get some lights on. So you've got dual zone automatic climate, you got heated seats, sport mode, and then they kind of go BMW-esque with this rotary dial. This screen is actually not a touch screen. You control everything kind of like a BMW in a luxury car. It's really nice. It's one thing I really do like about Mazda. It does take a little bit of getting used to, but really, really nice. So we'll take a look in the back. Like I said, this guy didn't have kids. So these back seats look to be in great shape. You've got rear heat and air controls back here, all weather mats throughout. Fold that up, you can see 3 here, and then little handle here. And he's got that back seat down. And then this just slides up, makes it real easy to get in the back. You can seat 2 in the back for a total of 7, which is nice. And you've got a little bit of adjustment in the front. It's got a little bar right here. Pull it back, it gives you a little bit, lets you adjust some leg room. Nice power lift gate. Like I said, these things have a lot of room. So you can see with the rear seat folded down, you've got the mats. Let's tumble this seat. This is how easy this seat is to tumble. And then you've got an all-weather mat that kind of goes over that. It's actually a Husky liner. And then just an easy hit of the button. It's going to put her down. We get over here on this side. And like I said, it's going to need a little bit of a bath, but this thing is not bad. And like I said, I'm a huge fan of these, so much that my uncle's actually driving a pearl white of this same package, but he's got the black leather. So nice thing on the passenger side, you do have power seat on the passenger side. I'm gonna move my bags and just show you. I mean, this thing's in great shape. It drove well when I drove it to check it out. It drove really, really well. So let me get in here, let me get my phone paired up, let me stop and get some gas, and we'll get this thing out on the road. All right, well, I stopped, I put $15 in it, and it gave me a little over half a tank. It says I got 140 miles to empty. I have reset all the trips. This tells me that I need to take my meds, but I'm not home to take them yet. But we'll get there. I can tell you this, these things are just as smooth as glass in my opinion. I don't know that anybody makes a nicer third row SUV than this. Let's just say that. It's got nice bright HID headlamps, and it does have automatic brights. Let's go ahead and get them switched on. I got the radio muted. It actually has a Bose stereo, which one thing I can say about Mazda is Mazda puts a lot of standard equipment in some of their like lower line models. So this is like only probably maybe a step or two up from a base model one of these. I mean, you can get these in with cloth interior and stuff. I don't see very many of them, but you can get them like that. Sit here at the light. I'm not going to run it in sport mode just to see what kind of fuel economy we get. I think when I actually owned a 21 carbon edition, at least for a short period of time, and I think I would average about 21, 22 miles per gallon. This is a 4-cylinder turbo that I think is like 275 or 295 horsepower, but it's like over 300 foot-pounds of torque. So it will definitely haul the mail and get you up to speed with a quickness. Kind of just scrolling through. The nice thing is, I think in 19 you had to pay to have the Apple CarPlay. So you kind of had to pay for that feature, which somebody did in this. The Apple CarPlay makes it that much nicer. I'm going to turn my lane departure off. Lane departure in this does get a little bit intrusive. So we do a little bit of night driving. This ain't something that I typically do. I'll give you some drive footage in the morning. So let me drive us a little further on down the road, and we'll check in and see what we think about this. But I can tell you, this thing is pretty damn nice. Okay, so I made it home in the evening. So it's nighttime now, obviously, duh. So anyway, so here's the nice thing about working in different time zones. So I left at like 7, almost 8 o'clock. So it's now 7:59 and 45.8 miles. Let's see if I can get your boys in there. So 45.8 miles at 26.9 miles per gallon. So this does have a 4-cylinder turbo, and I will say this before all the 4-cylinder haters jump in the comments. This thing has plenty of power and plenty of torque to get up and move. It gets phenomenal fuel mileage, and I think it's probably one of the best buys as far as third row SUVs. Quite comfortable. I run nothing over 70 mile an hour coming home, and I'm getting almost 27 miles per gallon of a third row SUV that's comfortable. So we'll check in the morning. We'll look at the interior in the daylight. So it is the next morning, and I've done left the house. I'm actually dropping my kid off at the high school. She would not hold the camera for me this morning while I filmed, but just to show you, I'm up to 80 miles, 23.5 miles per gallon. So this thing gets some pretty good fuel mileage on the highway. It's still a great average. One thing I love about this more than anything, it gives you more of a car-like feel because of kind of where your shifter is and everything. And again, I definitely love the BMW-esque turn knob style for the infotainment. I think that's pretty cool how that works. So let's get mounted up. Let's get to work. We're gonna have about a 30-minute drive to go open the store up this morning. I feel like I just left, but let's get on the road. My drive over from Kentucky up here, and I'm driving in between time zones. This is probably, I'm not going to say the worst part of my drive, but this is probably the most frustrating part of my drive is driving through Huntingburg. So it's a 25-mile-an-hour speed limit. There are police everywhere. And when I say everywhere, I mean everywhere. So we're probably about, I don't know, we're probably about 7-8 minutes from the store. And this thing's driving absolutely perfect. I'm up to almost 95 miles on it since last night, averaging a solid 23.4 miles per gallon. And it's got a little mile per gallon meter on here that kind of gives you a little instant with a gauge. And I'm getting on the highway, I'm getting a pretty consistent 28 to 30 miles per gallon on the highway in this, which is pretty impressive. The ride is absolutely phenomenal. There is really not anything bad I can say about one of these. Like I said, my uncle just bought, I think the last year they made these before they went to the CX-9, I think 2023. So my uncle got the last year that they made these in this same package, but in I think 23 they go to, in the Sport Plus, you actually get second row buckets instead of the bench, which seats 6, which is really all he needed anyway. And it was my suggestion to get one, and he went ahead and picked one up. Let me get back. I'm going to show you guys the inside now that it's daylight, and we'll wrap this bad boy up. All right, so I'm just going to show you the inside of this thing in the daylight. Man, anything that won't clean up. I mean, it's got husky liner, like nothing's tore up. It's gonna need detail. I drove it. We'll get in and look. I think I drove about 95 miles. But yeah, I'm just gonna have to detail it. It's got husky liners all throughout, so the stuff underneath should not be bad. And like I said, these seats look like they were in pretty good shape. They're super, I think they're gonna, you know, we'll have to clean them obviously, but I think it's gonna clean up pretty damn good. I really love the way it drove. I didn't catch the this has privacy, so you can pull them up. It's kind of cool. I didn't catch that last night. Power seats on both sides. I gotta get my breakfast out of here, but man, nothing that won't clean up. This thing's super clean. I'll show you. We'll get around here. I think I showed you guys. Yeah, I already showed you guys how many miles I put on it. But like 95 miles. Looks like some stuff that needs to be cleaned up, and that's it. Thing drove absolutely amazing. Like I said, brand new tires, brand new brakes. It's had 100,000 mile service done. That's going to wrap it up for our 2019 Mazda CX-9. So today is Friday. I'm gonna go ahead and try to get this edited up and on today. I'm gonna postpone whatever video I got launched today and go ahead and put this one out. Again, if you like stuff like this, consider subscribing to my channel. Tell me what you think about the Mazda CX-9s. I absolutely love the Mazda product. I think it's highly underrated. I suggest these to everybody. Everybody, I tell them to look at a Mazda. So I'll have another one together very soon, and I'll see you then.